After Israel died in Egypt, Joseph fell upon his father, weeping and kissing him. Joseph commanded the physicians to embalm his father, following the Egyptian custom, which took 40 days. During this time, the Egyptians mourned deeply, for embalming was not only a preservation of the body, but a mark of honor, especially for someone of Jacob's stature. After the embalming, the Israelites mourned for 70 days, a Hebrew tradition of public and communal mourning that honored family, heritage, and leadership. This period was distinctly their own, emphasizing devotion to God and the continuity of their lineage. When it came time to bury Jacob, Joseph led his family and a great procession of Egyptian officials to Canaan. They stopped at the threshing floor of Atad, where Joseph and his companions mourned 7 days. This final period of mourning, blending Hebrew and Egyptian customs, was so grand that the local Canaanites remarked upon it, calling it a great and grievous mourning. What is often overlooked is how this story shows Joseph as a bridge between cultures. The Egyptian embalming honored the local customs and Joseph's elevated position, while the Hebrew mourning reflected his faithfulness to his ancestry and God's promises. The combination underscored the importance of respect, legacy, and the fulfillment of God's covenant. For even in a foreign land, Joseph ensured that his father's body would ultimately rest in the Promised Land. On their way back to Egypt after burying Jacob, the brothers traveled with heavy hearts, but not only because of their loss. Whispers passed among them as they walked, wondering if Joseph had been holding back his anger all these years for their father's sake. When they reached Egypt, fear pushed them to send a message to Joseph, begging him to forgive them just as Jacob had asked. Joseph listened, and tears fell as he realized they still didn't believe his love was real. He told them not to be afraid, reminding them that although they once intended harm, God used it to save countless lives. He promised to care for them and their children, choosing reconciliation over revenge. Joseph lived out his days with that same faith, and when his own time came, he told Israel's family that God would surely bring them home to the land promised to Abraham, Isaac, and Israel. He made them swear to carry his bones with them when that day arrived. This lesser-known detail reminds us that mourning and honoring the dead can be both culturally adaptive and spiritually faithful, merging respect for local customs with devotion to God's covenant. So Genesis closed not with an ending, but with a promise. God's plan continuing through a family waiting for deliverance.